Bom dia. Bom dia. Queria só lembrar que está sendo transmitida, a reunião está sendo transmitida por webcast e que a reunião também ela está sendo gravada. Então, aquelas pessoas que não puderem acompanhar o dia inteiro a reunião vão poder, o vídeo vai estar disponível no canal CVM Educacional no YouTube. Bom, o Luiz Correia, que é Managing Director, e Reinder Van Dijk, que é Managing Consultant, eles vão dividir a apresentação da Oxera. Acho que a gente já pode começar.
Então, muito bom dia. Desde já, em nome dos meus colegas Rod Barnes, Reinder Van Dijk e Luís Correia da Silva, eu próprio, eu gostaria de agradecer o convite e a convidar-nos à apresentação do nosso estudo. Um assunto extremamente interessante, um estudo que, de certa forma, eu estou convencido que vai ser a base de um debate importante e bem informado hoje, mas também a nível global eu acho que vai haver muito interesse em relação ao mercado brasileiro e aos desenvolvimentos no mercado brasileiro. Eu apenas queria dizer estas palavras em português. Infelizmente para os brasileiros, eu vou fazer a apresentação em inglês, vou dividir a apresentação com o meu colega Reinder Van Dijk. Eu espero que seja o que eu diga em inglês e o que o Reinder Van Dijk vai dizer em inglês seja suficientemente claro, mas vamos ter um dia para debater os assuntos. Portanto, em relação ao estudo, now I'm going to switch to English. Well, it's important that we emphasize that this is an independent analysis, as Maria Helena said at the beginning. This is our views, this is our analysis, and of course, in the process of doing that, we've talked to lots of people, and some of them are here today. But it has been a lot of experience over the last 15 years in the development of equity markets, where we have been involved in Europe and in other countries thinking about these issues. But it's our independent analysis. So it does not represent anyone else's views on the matter. We are an economics consultancy European, based in Oxford, in England, and really we have focused on, in a sense, when we looked at this topic in the first place, we found that pretty much everyone could talk about this subject in a very well-informed way, in the sense that everyone had a view around these issues, but there were lots of assertions, there were lots of views or lots of opinions. Prices are too high, prices are too low, prices are about right. It does not make sense to have competition. It makes sense to have competition. There was a lot of, everyone was very well aware of the issues, but we felt that because of the stage the Brazilian capital market is at, we felt that really the big contribution that our study could make is to do an analysis the best we could and facilitate a debate between the various stakeholders in the market. So really that's where we're coming from. We've talked to a number of people, we've sought views, we've gathered evidence across a number of countries, we've gathered evidence in the Brazilian market, which is in many respects very different from any other market we've looked at, and that is a very important part of everything we've done to understand those differences, and try to do things like price comparisons across countries, do a cost-benefit analysis, or at least a first approach to the cost-benefit analysis. Here are some assumptions. Those assumptions are based on things that our experiences or developments in other markets we've seen, or discussions we've had with players, stakeholders here in Brazil. We've looked at it from the end user perspective as well as different players in the value chain. So much of the discussion at times in this area is about different players in the value chain. We kind of tried also to look at it in terms of from a societal point of view, from an end user point of view, what this means. And then and as you will hear from us towards the end, we've got some suggestions really for debate. We obviously just trying to make a suggestion which we think is worthwhile debating, but clearly they are suggestions, as I said. Some of the important questions that we try to look at in terms of this empirical analysis is really first starting by understanding the Brazilian equity market in terms of size, the potential growth, the regulation, what it means transparency in this market. It's different from what it means transparency in other markets. Who are the main providers of services? How concentrated is the market? How does this market structure compare to other countries with similar sizes to the Brazil capital market? Is there scope for more than one provider of trading and post-trading services? Is it economically viable to have more than one player? How do prices, or what we call here in this slide, how do charges for trading and post-trading services for equities in Brazil compare with those in other financial centers? We've got lots of evidence, lots of data that we were able to build upon from previous studies. Thank you. That's better. Then looking at it from the point of view of options in going forward. In the absence of alternative trading and post-trading services, what providers, what options are available to a regulator, thinking about the long-term efficiency of the capital market? Or if entry takes place, what options are available to the regulator to make sure that that competition is sustainable in the sense that it will be beneficial to end users without affecting, without compromising market stability and transparency. So these really are, if one would just look at the study when we started, we felt that these are the sorts of questions we should try and have a framework of analysis and provide evidence on some of these questions and allow an informed debate pretty much the way we're doing it today. Very quickly, I just wanted to say a couple of words about the Brazilian capital market. You know it much better than I do, but really a significant increase in market capitalization, and you can just look at Brazil here between 2005 and 2010, a significant growth in market cap, perhaps matched or even outperformed slightly by Hong Kong, and Australia, perhaps a little bit less growth than Brazil, but really a significant growth over the last 5 to 10 years. In terms of the value of the share of trading, we also tried to look at some comparisons across countries, and here we've got Bovespa, and this is electronic order book value of share trading, and there has been also an increase, significant increase in Brazil, but perhaps the most important point we wanted to make about this is that the Brazilian stock market has grown over the years to a size that is now broadly comparable to other markets where entry at trading and or post-trading services has taken place. So we're kind of at that level, at the size of the market, where some of these issues around competition are relevant, have been relevant in other countries, and therefore it is a very timely discussion.